ho! Sorry, I stole that from somebody. Okay, let's start over. Heidi ho! Welcome to Rabbit Hole Roundtable Talks with Wanted and.
Me, wait, Mino?
I
Uh,
just wanted to throw you off a little bit. I'm MK, this is Wanted. And before we start, I have two questions.
Okay,
What are your thoughts on money?
I don't have enough and I want to get more.
What are your thoughts on playing games?
I love playing games.
Well, guess what?
What's up?
Monopoly is a game that has both. However, there might be some issues. So there's a new Monopoly. It eliminates cash and it uses smartphones instead to do the math. And parents are upset.
Hit me with it.
Oh, let me hit you with it. This is from the New York Post. And a new version of Monopoly has been released, and no math is needed. Hasbro announced an updated version of the beloved board game that replaces cash and the banker with a mobile app that handles all the transactions for you. A smartphone or tablet will take over the banker role through Monopoly app banking, which keep track of each player's money and properties. The game is expected to release at most major retailers in August for $25. Though the mobile app that will accompany it is free. Monopoly app banking has a similar board layout to the traditional Monopoly board, but it now features kid-friendly alternatives to mainstay properties, The Verge reported. Rather than Park Place and Boardwalk, the most valuable properties on the board will be Rocket Launch, Pad, and the Moon. Other properties include a chocolate factory, a VR roller coaster, and a dinosaur park. By the way, this article seems long, but it's like little tiny chunks. Players will select a token and a matching bank card that are scanned to the mobile app that will automate the transactions such as purchasing title deeds or paying rent. Property cards will also be scanned into the app. The updated game eliminates the need for physical cash and counting and will speed up the game, making it more accessible to younger players and harder to cheat. However, many are furious about the change. Parents and teachers often use Monopoly as a way to teach kids about math and money, and this new version removes that aspect. Call me a Luddite, but the whole point of these. Sorry, start over. Call me a Luddite, but the whole point of these board games is to teach kids how to do math, how to handle cash and count money. Kids these days will never learn or practice basic arithmetic, one person commented on The Verge's report. It doesn't inherently. Okay, I can't. It doesn't inherently bother me that they made a version that uses an app, another added. The same cannot be said about the fact that they skewed the version specifically to kids.
You're almost there.
Before we continue,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on this so far?
A part of me likes it and a part of me agrees with them. I'm on the middle.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel.
Dude, you almost done. There's like 5 more lines.
Fine. Just like my wife, just want me to finish.
Hey, it's better.
That's also wrong. That's also wrong. All right. Others say that removing the banking takes out the fun of the game. Let's take a game that is already 90% luck and remove the only fun part, handling the cash, one person quipped. Why not remove the hotels, the board, or even the friends? That will make it more fun for sure. Why even have the board? You can do the whole game as an app, another pointed out, which is true. The change also means iconic board games may no longer act as an alternative for screen time for children. I'm all for designing new games around the ability to have phone apps embedded, but I'm not about taking classic games and removing parts in favor of technology, someone said.
Solution here is to just
And
buy the game now before it goes away.
Yeah.
I-
Or if the game does go on the app, just make your own fake money. Uh-oh, that duty.
You could go ahead.
I was saying you could just make your own fake money. Actually, you don't even need fake money.
Why? Oh, use real money.
I mean, no,
Oh,
that's crazy.
that's not crazy.
That's a little crazy for kids. But you could just do everything on pen and paper. Because nowadays I don't even use cash anyway. Like I do my whole budget in Excel and I just track my spending based on my the app on my phone for the credit cards. So then I just do the math on Excel and then I know how much I have.
You're
So they could do the
saying
same
do
thing.
the math in Excel like you're doing it yourself.
Yeah, I doing
You're
it.
not. You're not. It's the same.
Listen, okay. I know that 1 plus 1 is 2, so
If
when I
you
put it in
told
Excel,
me,
it gives me 2.
if you told me broke out the abacus to do a budget, I'd be like, all right, there we go. But you saying nah, you typing, you know this.
Just make the kids do it on like pen and paper. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
pencil
yeah.
and paper.
Um,
But I don't know. I think having the money does help. It does. It is part of the fun of the game. Even though I don't like that game, it sucks. But go ahead.
have you played before Monopoly?
Yeah, it sucks.
What's the worst part to you?
The worst part is that nobody plays by the actual rules. So then the game takes forever.
It takes forever, yes. But that's because it's like always a bunch of counting. How much money you have? How much money you think I have? You have to like individualize all your things. Okay, I need $37. Okay, 20. 10. Like I feel like making the game go faster is gonna make it more fun for me. And having a banker or like a central um like queue of how much money everybody has is probably better because let's face it, right? We're already basically going cashless now, anyways. So
Yeah,
we're not taking away anything these kids are not gonna be forced to go into regardless.
true.
Even when it comes to cursive, the regular math, basic science stuff, things change.
Yeah.
So
We don't
I'm
even need sex ed anymore because kids ain't even having sex anymore, which is
uh,
good
but remember they were actually
because they shouldn't
pushing
be.
it towards kindergartners at one point or first
Yeah, but
graders.
like, wait, sex ed?
Yeah, remember they were teaching them about your body and if it feels good and explore yourself to the first graders. I think it was. We talked about it last year.
I thought it was something about teaching them about consent and stuff like that.
That was part of it as well.
Oh yeah, I do remember the way you're talking about,
Yeah,
but it was more in the sense of, hey, this is something that you should be doing in private, not in front of people.
correct.
So I don't know. I think it is important to teach kids sex ed at every age, but at the same time, it might be going away because kids aren't like back in the day. High schoolers, junior high school kids, they were engaging in this kind of stuff that they shouldn't have been, but they were doing it. And so it was a need for sex ed because you want to make sure you don't have all these teenage pregnancies and stuff like that. But nowadays, I've heard that kids aren't really, like, even going into adulthood, not really engaging in that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's still needed, obviously. I'm not saying it shouldn't be, but I'm just wondering, like, are they going to do away with it because they're like, oh, the kids don't need it as much as they used to?
Yeah. So if we were rich, would you still do the podcast?
If we were rich, would we still do the podcast? I would say yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have three matches here so far. I don't know what they are. Hopefully, it's $1 million.
Ooh, somebody about to become a millionaire live on screen, guys.
Oh, we'll
And
see.
put some W's in the chat.
You want me to do it now?
Nah, you don't got to do it
Oh,
now.
okay.
But speaking about W's in the chat,
What's up?
a Mexican priest performed as a wrestler to pay for orphanage that nurtured thousands. And that's the next article. So, The headline to this story sounds oddly like the plot of a movie, Nacho Libre, starring Jack Black. Well, that's because they are one and the same. Fray Tormenta was a masked wrestler that delighted crowds in Mexico's Lucho Libre circuit for years. I don't know why I said circuit like that. But few would have known that underneath the mask there was a man of God, a drug addicted turned priest, a drug addict turned priest who wrestled purely to raise money for an orphanage. The story, though decades old, resurfaced and was retold recently on a Spanish news outlet. Sergio Gutierrez Benitez was born in 1945, the second youngest of 18 children.
Golly.
Whoa, I have to just take a minute. First of all, mommy must have had that whop.
Okay, so back in St. Croix, there was a family that I knew that was like this. I think it was 18 children between ages of 18 months and 18 years.
Why? Wait, so just from one mom?
Yeah, one mom.
Oh,
I don't know.
you were having one child every year.
Basically.
So he never allowed her to heal at all. He was just like, shut up, take this, take this, take this, Aliva, let's go. That's crazy. That's insane. Man, women are something. All right, men are something. By the tender age of 11, Benitez was addicted to drugs. 11? He was addicted to drugs at 11.
This story is so pause-worthy. Like every minute we got.
I saw the 11 and I nearly just continued and I was like, wait, what? Okay. So Benitez was addicted to drugs at 11 and proceeded down the path of crime, a path of crime, robbery, and odd jobs to fund his various dependencies. I started when I was 11 or 12. In this country, Mexico, drugs have always been very present, recounted Benitez to El Confidencial. I did everything, marijuana and cocaine every day, even mushrooms from time to time. A little after that, I started heroin. At age 20, Benitez would start staring down murder charges after a friend of his in a gang he was in turned up unalived. Fortunately, an alibi of drunkenly passing out in a bar elsewhere helped him evade the slammer. After that, he sought confession for reasons only he can say. But even though he was turned away for his wickedness, he joined a seminary and became a priest in the Piarist order, studying in Spain and Italy to cement his fate.
Got it.
After joining the Diocese of Texcoco, he wanted to build a shelter for the city's many homeless children and orphans, but the costs were prohibitive. An early life of gang and street fighting in which he was stabbed, beat up, and shot left him with a high tolerance for pain. And so he pulled on a lucho libre mask and started wrestling for $15 per hour under the name Fre Tormenta. He ended up wrestling for 23 years from 1977 to 2000, traveling from town to town, elbow dropping, tombstoning, and double legging his way to semi stardom. Relying on his mask to hide his identity, he eventually revealed his double personality to officiate the wedding of a close wrestling colleague. Shortly before his orphanage, the object of his long fight. Oh, shortly before opening his orphanage, the object of his long fight at the turn of the millennium. La cosa jugar de los cochoros de Fred Tormenta. Let's read that again. La casa jugar de las cachorros de Fred Tormenta, or Frey Tormentas, Puppy's Children's Home, has. Why is
Stop,
Puppies in
stop,
the
stop,
title?
stop, stop.
Why is Puppies in the title? Okay, that threw me off. All right. Has seen over 2,000 children pass through its walls. many of whom have gone on to become doctors, civil servants, engineers, lawyers, and yes, even wrestlers. One wonders where they got the idea. Watch a long explainer video below. So there was a video, but it's blocked in my country.
I have it now. I
Oh,
could
cool.
I could watch it.
Oh, I know why it's blocked.
Why?
VPN.
Oh,
Let me see what country I'm using today.
oh, that's funny. Are you watching it?
And I
That's
even connect the VPN.
you watching it? Some of it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I don't watch.
Let's talk about it a little bit first before we hop into the video.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, the best part of the story is like I think I always talk about potential in people, and this helps to show you that even people that are like orphans or maybe even homeless people, you never know their potential unless you invest in them. So I really appreciate that he
yeah,
gave people that opportunity to like turn their life around, maybe for like some of the older ones, but actually have a better start to their life for the younger ones so that they can grow up and become whatever the hell they want to become.
yeah. Sometimes, so Monopoly and this have something in common in that it talks about how much luck plays a role in people's lives. And like you're born into a circumstance, oftentimes, the whole like pull yourself by the bootstraps is just bullshit because majority of the time, whatever situation you're born into is what you're going to experience for the rest of your life. Unless you get lucky during your lifespan to, for whatever reason, you get lucky and you are able to escape.
Yeah,
Yes, there's some hard work and all that kind of stuff, but for the most part, it's luck. I think for these kids, it was really important because he was able to take the initiative and be like, I'm gonna do something so that these kids who are literally homeless in poverty, very likely to end up just like me, addicted at the age of 11
man.
to
Yeah,
drugs, um, and being in gangs and stuff, these kids could turn out the same way. I want to prevent that, especially, religion, people say religion is bad. A lot of people say that.
yeah.
And I tend to agree in some cases, but I think religion is like a double-edged sword, you know? You could use it for good or bad. And in this case, it was used for good. So,
They heard none of that, but he was clapping people.
yeah, I know. I was watching like the screen because it lights up whenever I talk. And I was like, I ain't seeing nothing. But anyway, so hats off to religion there for turning this guy's life around. And would you ever do any kind of wrestling? I know you used to love wrestling growing up.
I still have a love for wrestling now. I used to watch it from age, I would say 3 or 4 to like 17. So like 13 years I've been watching wrestling. Off and on in the later years, but heavy in the younger years. I played all the games, got the action figures, did all the moves and stuff. But yeah, I would probably do it. This is a segue into real life. I was thinking about like my dedication, determination, my focus on things I've been doing, and like I need to get better. Obviously, I want to learn Muay Thai. So I think before the age of 40, I want to learn Muay Thai. Probably get whatever the third highest belt you can get. Possibly, I'll go for that within the next couple of years or so. I want to actually do that. So I probably would wrestle. Yeah, I would do it.
Let me see if there's any Muay Thai in my area. Okay, there's some. Ooh, there's some pretty close to where I live, actually.
Okay, okay.
Oh, never mind. I lied. That's just a gym.
Oh,
Well, there's a few martial arts near me. I was taking martial arts, but
what's thing? What happened to that?
I stopped because to me, it's not very useful. Even if the martial art is, because the martial art I was learning is supposed to be like practical and used in real life and stuff like
You
that for
went
like
black.
street fights.
You went black. Okay, there you are. Go ahead. Hello?
You said you
Oh,
said I got blacked.
yeah. No, your screen went black.
Oh, but yeah, even though the martial art I was learning was like good for street fights and stuff like that, it's supposed to be.
Yo.
My problem with it was it's not very useful if I don't have someone to like spar with.
Yeah,
So I just felt like it was kind of like not a waste of time, but not as useful as it could be.
I feel though.
So I just decided to stop. And I'm going to probably do what you say. Like, I'll find a gym that's more like here, like a MMA gym or a Muay Thai or something like that.
Yeah.
I
But
was never into wrestling when I was growing up, though, by the way.
were you in the it's fake camp, or you just didn't watch it?
I was, but that's not why I didn't watch it. I'm not really a big sports like enjoyer. Like I don't watch sports either,
Yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
just think it's kind of the same kind of vibe.
Yeah, I don't really watch sports now, but I kind of want to because it's a great form of like bonding, you know?
Yeah, every guy I come around, did you watch the game?
Yeah,
What team you
yeah,
for?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Steelers. I just picked Steelers because I went to school in Pittsburgh, and it's like I'll just pick Steelers or the Ravens because now I live here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually prefer. I think I'd probably stick with Steelers because when I lived in Pittsburgh, you could feel the spirit, dude. Like people in Pittsburgh, like they love the Steelers. Like,
That's everywhere you are, and
dude, no, Pittsburgh is
yeah.
not playing. They love the Steelers. They love all their like their hockey team and their football team. They love for sure. Like you could feel the vibe.
Oh, basketball.
They don't give a fuck about their basketball team. As
Oh,
far as I know, I never hear nobody talk about their basketball.
that's funny. All right, let's hop into this video. It's 10 minutes long.
Damn.
If you guys want to hop off from now, you can.
Yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. For those of you hardcore people who like seeing our faces and enjoy looking at nice beards, here's a nice beard for you.
Yay. Wait.
You gotta pop out and show them.
For just over 2 decades, the people of Mexico were thrilled by the antics of a
Pause.
dashing masked lucha.
Ew.
Why, when that first came on the screen, I was like, what in the KKK is this?
Oh my! It's not even a
And then I was like,
point.
oh.
Libre wrestler, known only as Fray Tormenta, styling himself as a priest fighting the forces of evil. Tormenta traveled the globe, elbow dropping large men from low orbit. For much of his career, few people knew that the man beneath the mask was a former streetwise drug addict and priest who was wrestling solely for the benefit of orphans in his congregation that he had pledged to take care of. Fray Tormenta was born Sergio Gutierrez Benitez in 1945 in a small town of Cieniguelas in the state of Hidalgo in Mexico. The second youngest of 18 children, Tormenta's youth was an unhappy one, with his family moving around for several years after the murder of one of his uncles, before eventually settling in Mexico City, a place where the young Tormenta fell in with a series of ever-worsening crowds. Already a member of a gang and abused.
I feel like he got the better version of the story than we did, man. His one song more and thrilling.
Yeah.
I don't think we should watch this because I think
Also-
it'll be the same thing we just talked about.
Yeah, it definitely will be.
Okay.
From what I understood, it was like a director's cut version of what I already said.
Well, then we good then. You guys want to?
Yeah, but it's nice to see the pictures though. I always like to look back at like old pictures, kind of like this one.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, something about it.
Not that one.
Damn.
This is the drugs and stuff that he would use. Oh, he changed here. That's him. This is the orphanage it look like?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, he was dedicated for real. I respect that.
there he is. That's him fighting.
Wow, he was kind of
countless
fat.
wrestlers, most of whom he humbled with holy elbow drops and crushing backhands. On one occasion, he even put a
Not the
wrestler
holy
called
elbow
Judas
drop.
into La Confessora, much to the delight of the gathered crowd. Juggling his secret life eventually became second nature to Tormenta, and he would casually recall in a later interview the feeling of stepping into the ring at 9 a.m. to suplex someone in the name of God, knowing he had to give mass at 12.
Suplex somebody.
Despite making efforts to conceal his secret identity from the masses while he was, well, giving mass. reportedly.
It's crazy. Oh,
This is cool, man. Look at these little
yeah.
kids. Look at these little cuties. They're probably as old as us or so.
This is him. Oh
That's him?
gosh, yeah. Imagine this guy getting
Oh,
a
he's still
suplex.
wrestling?
No, I hope not.
If somebody suplex him,
Yeah,
he going
that's
to
it.
go meet his maker.
Yeah, he going to meet his boy. Hey, what's up, man? Good work out there.
Yeah. I hope he didn't follow the path of other priests.
I hope not too.
I hope not, yeah. And I hope it was all pure positive
It looks
outcomes.
like it. So
Yeah.
this was like an
yeah.
odd news / positive news. I like when they combine together.
Me too. Like I'd really try and find them. Like if it's odd and positive, it's like I have to use this one.
All right, guys, we're in different clothing because I fell asleep. Okay, let's just address the allegations. Okay, I'm a sleeper. Okay, I had a arepa. It was delicious. I went to sleep. Okay, that's it. That's all I can say.
You wanna know what's funny?
Yo,
I did not know you were asleep. You know something else that's funny?
yes,
Guys, when I play video games with this man, right?
gosh.
He be asleep and still fighting the boss. How? Dodging stuff? How in the world are you dodging stuff and you are asleep?
Because it's not really like a full sleep. It's like my brain is off, but my eyes like open, and I'm just going.
Damn.
Yeah, 'cause most of the
That's
time
me when
I
I drive
brought
into
you
work.
here. Okay, well, it's not the same.
Oh man. But all right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I think you guys should give us how many thumbs up you need to stay awake, you think?
Like 100.
100. 100 thumbs up and he gonna stay awake. And if he don't stay awake, I gonna do 10 push-ups.
Gosh.
All right, peace.
Peace.